And whenever you're ready, take a deep breath. And you're just going to be a reporter, right? You're just going to be reporting what's happening between turbulent flight and awesome flight. What do you notice happening between them?
When I try to put them together, it makes me have a headache.
When you do that last step of experiencing them both at the same time?
Right. It immediately makes me have a headache.
Okay. And so what do you notice now that's happening between them? Like, are they going together? Are they still separate? What do you notice?
Well, I'm noticing that the horrible flight, the turbulent flight, is not as turbulent. And I feel like I can see the sun.
So can you experience turbulent flight without experiencing awesome flight?
Yeah.
Or is it like it's starting to feed over?
Yeah, maybe a little.
Okay. So when you think about getting on the plane on Friday, what do you notice?
I'm calmer.
What's the thought? You walk up to the plane door. What do you notice?
It's not that I'm getting into a coffin, but I think I'm thinking maybe this will be a good flight.
What's your anxiety level when you think about it?
It's pretty low right now.
Like on a scale 0 to 10, is it a 3? Is it a 1? What is it?
It's about a 4 or almost a 3 maybe.
So what do you have to think about in order for it to be a 3?
What I have to think about for it to be a 3 is that I'm not in control, that God's in control of my life. And, you know, if I am not here, then I'm with him.
But that doesn't produce anxiety?
Yeah, it does.
It does? Okay. All right. Okay. So I want to do this different because I want to knock it out, but it's not like one of the things I'm going to teach y'all here. But I'm going to do it anyway because I just want to knock it out. 2 fingers in the middle of the chest, even though I'm not in control.
I'm not in control.
I deeply and completely
love
and accept myself.
My
body, my personality.
And
the fact that I'm not in control. 2 fingers to the top left eye. And so I want you to just give yourself permission to experience that feeling. I'm not in control. And that is a perfectly normal feeling. Move into the side of your eye or on the left side. And just giving yourself permission to experience that feeling. I am not in control. Like none of us are in control. We think we're in control. It's an illusion. Right? But giving yourself permission, because it's all of a sudden this reality of I'm really not in control. Giving yourself permission to just fully experience that feeling. Taking a breath when you're ready. And then you're moving underneath your eye. I am not in control. Holy buckets. Who told me that? Giving yourself permission to fully experience it. Taking a breath when you're ready. Breathe. So what do you notice now?
Really low.
Okay. So
like maybe,
go ahead.
Like it's a 2. It's really low.
All right. So I want you to just see yourself getting on that plane on Friday. What do you notice?
I feel lighter. I don't feel so heavy.
Okay.
And instead of thinking about the plane going down, I'm thinking about where we're actually traveling to.
Okay. So when you think about that turbulent event, what do you notice?
Okay. It's still scary, but I can get through it.
So what happens? Like, does the anxiety shoot back up? What do you notice?
Not as much.
And that's like a vision off of something, you know, that's like a vision off of a movie. Like most people never experience that. Right.
Yeah.
And so on a scale of 0 to 10, where's the anxiety now?
It's like at a 3.
That's a pretty good improvement.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's one other thing that I could do to like completely knock it out, but I don't want to do that here. So what I want you to do is I want you to go on that flight on Friday.
Okay.
Because I feel like you can do it now. Is that true? I mean, you could have done it before, but I think you're going to have an easier ride now. Is that true?
I'm not anxious, but I'm interested to see how I feel. Mm-hmm.
And so so I want you to just go see how do you feel, right?
Okay.
If you get there and you start noticing that anxiety, then I want you to do the end of words, right? And I'm going to put the sheet up so you can print it out, but it's not hard, right? All it is you notice what you notice, because you're always looking for thoughts, beliefs, images, emotions, and body sensation. So you just notice what you notice, and you experience it, right? So if you're feeling anxiety, anxiety is like the screen, and then you're looking for what do I have to believe in order to produce anxiety? Because anxiety is like anger's not it's not the primary emotion. Anxiety is not the primary. You have to do something in order to produce that. And so notice what you notice. And so then you're just going to swing back and forth between what is good about it, what's bad about it. You do bad first, and what's good about it. And then you're experiencing it, and you just notice what's good about it or what's bad about it. Gosh, I don't know why I keep doing that backwards. What's bad about it, experience it again, and notice what's good about it. And just keep swinging yourself between what is good about the feeling and what's bad about the feeling. It's not necessarily what's happening, but what it is that what the feelings are you're having about what's happening. We can endure all kinds of things. What hangs us up is what we believe and how we feel about whatever's happening. It's not about what is actually happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So you're just so that's your walking around tool, right? What's bad about it? What's good about it? What's bad about it? What's good about it? And just keep breaking it down. And so until you can just get yourself back down. You may be perfectly fine, right?
Yes.
But you also are equipped if you're not.
Right.
Okay. And if it's really not, then come see me, and I have a trauma trick, and we'll actually get rid of it.
Thank you so much, Tammy, for doing that.
You're so welcome. And so the whole reason that I did that, right, is to know that there are some things that we come up against that are what we call naughty, right? Like that if you think about your hair, having a knot in your hair, you know, there are things that you can just go, oh, I got a knot, and I can just wipe that out. Or sometimes I got to take a brush. Sometimes I got to take that pick comb, right? And I got to just barely pick it out. And like this one's naughty. Like that was an event, and it had you loop the kids in on top of that, man, that had lots of knot to it.
Yeah.
And so just knowing like it's going to take you multiple rounds to break it apart, and being willing to just kind of hang with it and keep going. Also, it's big. I don't know that you would have ever gotten to it by yourself. You may have, but you could have taken a lot of parts out of it on your own. Right. And so being willing to do the parts you can, even me, if I keep doing something and I'm not getting any movement, I'll either go back to Melanie or I'll go to one of my training partners and I'll say, hey, can you work on this for me? Because there's some things with all the knowledge that I have on the planet, like I can't fix for myself. A doctor doesn't take out his own appendix. And so, being willing to go get help when you need it. But just this is all about coming back into our own heart when we notice these things and being willing to start to break it down and take responsibility for the condition of our own heart, because this is the stuff we eat over. And because you could spend the whole week anxious eating over anticipating this flight on Friday. I don't know that that's your personal response, but there's a whole lot of people that they would, and they wouldn't even know why they were doing it. And so that's why we do the work to push ourselves back into our own heart. All right. I've completely gone over. I realize an hour and a half is not enough time for me because I just have too much to say. All right, Cindy, do you have any questions? Let me unmute you. Cindy, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm good, Tammy.
Was that helpful to see that?
Got me a lot to think about. Yeah, it helped me think about it a different way.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I want y'all we always have to close things up, right? And so I want you to just take a deep breath. And I want you to just envision yourself under like a shower, like just seeing like white, right? Just like these raindrops of white that are just purification. And like I would call those God's love, that God's love is just pouring down like raindrops out of one of those big, cool shower heads. And that you just feel those raindrops just floating over your hair, down your face, down your shoulders. There's also like going on the inside of you as it's coming down. So it's just like clearing everything that's within you and just feeling those raindrops coming down your arms, down your torso, down your hips, down your legs, down your feet, just fully experiencing that like you're standing in this pool of love, of white rain love. And that it's permeating every cell in your body, every tissue within your body, that it's just being washed and filled with God's love. And whenever you're ready, just take a deep breath and come back. All right. Any questions about anything before we close?
No.
All right. Liz, are you good?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
All right. So I will see y'all next week. I'll get this recording up. Know if you have any questions. Like I would really ask y'all to like do the image in the mirror, say the mantra in the mirror, start to figure out what you're going to say as you pass the mirror, and and notice what's going on with you in relation to food, and just starting to pick something and start to do a little bit of work. Leaving comments in the Facebook, and so I can respond from there. And I will see y'all soon. Blessings.
Thanks, Tammy.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.